Hello, I'm Stuart Bloor, off perch fishing, just a few hours up to dark. I would say these days I do more fishing than I've ever done before in my life. That's partly because I've been taking into account petrol costs, the way they've gone up in recent years. And so instead of the days when I would travel up somewhere and spend time on a far-flung water, travelled pretty much some miles over the years, I've tended to look for local waters, and so consequently, with them being maybe 5, 3, 8, 10 miles or whatever away, I've been able to justify popping down for a few hours on an evening. So in many ways what turned out as a negative situation has actually turned out as a positive one, because I'm getting to fish more. I'm now in my swim, and the first thing I do is not get my bait out, not get my bucket of ground bait mixed up. Nothing at all to do with fishing. First thing is get the Pepsi Max out. It's an autumn day, but it's actually quite mild. Got my hat on and a long-sleeved shirt. Probably get a bit chilly towards dark itself, but at the moment it's a lovely day. So cheers, here's to a good session. No finesse here, straight out the 2 litre bottle. I am now mixing my bait, ground bait. I'm going to be using a cage feeder, and so getting some stuff ready to put into that. I'll write all about the mix in the article. I'll tell you what I'm using and more importantly why I'm using it. I think in fishing it's not just a case of what we do, but actually why we do it, and not just what we use, but why we use it. So I'll write all about that in the article. Don't forget, if you watch my videos, that there's always an accompanying article with it, and the two go hand in hand. So some information, a bit more water in, that might be in one, won't be in the other. I keep getting questions all the while on my videos. What did you use as bait, and what did you do this for, and what have you, and it's all there in the article. That looks good. Now ready to cast out. Got everything up to this point ready. The guy just come past and said, "It's fishing terrible today." So he said, "You're in for a hard session." Well, not that I want to prove anybody wrong. That's not what it's all about. But I do like a challenge. Let's go. I'll tell you more about the rig and setup in the article. I'm fishing with a cage feeder. I've just put out 4 or 5 balls of bait as well, just to build the swim up from the beginning. It's only a short session, about 3 hours up to dark. So I don't want to spend 20 minutes building the swim up. I want to get that initial carpet of bait down from the off, and then build on that. Just a different approach really for a shorter session. Water temperature is quite good, so the fish aren't going to be shy, particularly perch. Third cast, and I've just had a little tap. Could be roach. There are roach in here as well as perch. The plan is, of course, that the perch move in and muscle the roach out, because I am after a target species, as I always am when I go fishing. And as you can no doubt see and hear, it started to rain. A lovely evening when I arrived. Still warm, but it's raining at the moment. Typical British weather. If you want me to give you a tip for fishing, take your brolly. Doesn't matter what the weather forecasters say. We weren't really expecting this tonight, that's for sure. But I always take my brolly. Still getting these little taps. I think they're roach. still getting these taps. It's going to be a matter of time before I get a fish. Pretty sure of that. But on the subject of brollies, trying to be as objective as I can, I'm pretty sure that when I was younger, certainly when I was a kid, they were much better made than they are today, and they lasted a lot longer as well. I don't buy cheap, no-name stuff. I try to get hold of some decent gear whenever possible, but the number of brollies that I get through is unbelievable. So if there's any brolly manufacturer out there who makes good quality stuff, I'd love to sing your praises. It's one area of kit that constantly lets me down, so get in touch with me. Oh, I thought I was into one then. I'm sure these are roach. Sure they're roach, but they're not sucked maggots either. So looking at them, but not sucking. Just a small perch, but not a blanker. I've done a lot of talking on this video, so there's a fish. Much better fish. In the net. The session's coming to an end now. After those roach plucks that I had early on, the perch did move in. I haven't had many though, but the ones that I've had have been quality over quantity, so actually that suits me to a T anyway. That's my sort of fishing. I would sooner catch just a few fish, but better than average, rather than a net full of small ones. I'm getting ready to sign off now. Although the video comes to an end, as always, the Angling Journal entry continues with the article, and what I'm doing of late, and I'm going to continue into the foreseeable future, is that I'm going to film the video on the first session after that particular species. So hopefully I'll get some fish. Sometimes I might blank, of course, particularly when we come to the winter months. But rather than carrying my camcorder around with me and just trying to get fish, I'm just going to film it in one, and then I will continue with the article, with the remaining sessions, if there are any, of course. Sometimes I might do an entry based on just the one trip, but that's the way the format will work in the future. So check out the article link. It's actually in the description part of the YouTube video, so you can access it after watching this video, and you'll be able to see how I get on in the remaining sessions, and if I caught any more perch, which I'm sure I will.